We often think of brilliant design as something really complex, right? Like in architecture or high-tech gadgets. But what if one of the smartest blueprints for learning is actually hiding in plain sight, inside a second grade textbook? Well, let's peel back the pages on this one and see what's really going on inside.
So it all starts with this, a really simple, kind of charming introduction. We meet Ravi, he's in the second grade, and he walks to school with his friend. On the surface, it seems totally straightforward, just a sweet little story to get things started.
But here's the thing. Underneath that simple narrative, there's a really sophisticated, multi-layered strategy for teaching. Yeah, it seems like a story about a boy, but the real question we have to ask is, what is this lesson actually designed to build?
Okay, so the first piece of this hidden blueprint is powerful because it's so simple. The lesson establishes the world itself as the classroom. It grounds everything that's about to happen in a real, tangible experience that a kid can understand. And just look at the language here. This isn't passive at all. It's all about action. It's physical. It's about paying attention. Jumping, climbing, watching. Right away, the lesson makes it clear that learning isn't just about reading words on a page. It's about getting out there and engaging with the world. And this whole story isn't just a random series of events. Nope, it's built on a really clear step-by-step journey. This route from home to school gives the student a simple map they can follow in their head. It becomes the backbone for everything that's about to be taught. All right, so now that the stage is set with this relatable story, the lesson makes a really deliberate pivot. Let's see how it goes from the real, physical world that Robbie walks through to the more abstract skills of language. The first step is vocabulary. But look how they do it. Every single one of these words is something the student just saw on Ravi's journey. They're not just learning random words. They're getting the names for the things they just explored in the story. That direct connection between a word and the world, that's absolutely fundamental. So from vocabulary, we shift to phonics. The actual sounds of language. The textbook gives the student this simple little fill-in-the-blank puzzle. It just looks like a fun little game, asking them to finish a word they probably use every day. But it's actually incredibly targeted. This isn't just about spelling the word lunch. The exercise is specifically designed to teach the ch sound. And then it's immediately backed up with other words in the lesson that use the same sound, like teacher, chart, and chair. It's a really systematic way to teach phonics, but it's disguised as a game. And to make absolutely sure these new ideas stick, the lesson then straight up defines the key vocabulary. Remember the word root from Robbie's walk? Well, now it's formally defined. This cycle, introduce a word naturally, reinforce it, and then solidify it with a definition, that's just classic, super effective teaching. Okay, this next part, this, for me, is where the design is just pure genius. The whole lesson now shifts its focus completely. It moves away from just reading about Robbie's life to the student's own active experience. You can see the comparison right here. On the left, that's Ravi's world. But then on the right, the textbook turns to the student and asks, "What about you? Draw your route. What fun do you have?" This one move is huge. It transforms the child from just a reader into the main character of their own story.
And this final piece is all about making the knowledge stick. It's not enough to just recognize the word road in Ravi's story. Now, the student has to take ownership of that word. They have to use it to build their own meaning, to describe their own world. That's how you make learning last. But the blueprint doesn't even stop there. At the end of the chapter, the final stage of this whole design is meant to basically dissolve the walls between a school, home, and the community. I mean, just look at this homework. The student is told to go interview their family members. That builds conversation skills and connects them to their own history. They're asked to do a little research, finding a picture in a magazine. And it all leads to a big group project in the classroom. This isn't busy work. It's a bridge that connects the lesson directly to family and teamwork. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? The point of this chapter isn't just for a student to finish the exercises and get them right. The real goal here is to spark curiosity. This one simple chapter is a masterclass in teaching, weaving together reading, writing, phonics, personal stories, family, and even art. And that really brings us to a final thought. When you find a design that's this thoughtful and this effective, hiding in such a humble place, well, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other brilliant blueprints for learning are out there, disguised as the simple stories we see every single day?